I am Ruthina Saje. This is New Vision TV News. But to start with is the news around Uganda. We start from Kayunga district, where the State Minister for Information and Communication Technology, Aidah Nantaba, survives becoming the 17th statistic of high-profile victims gunned down by bikes riding assassins in recent years. Now, the unlucky ones include top prosecutor Joan Kagezi, police spokesman and director Andrew Felix Kawesi, crime buster Mohammed Chidumira, and military officer Major Mohammed Chigundu, in addition with a dozen of Muslim clerics. New Vision TV brings you a broader perspective in an analysis with veteran journalist Joachim Buwembo. So I am with Joachim Buwembo, a veteran journalist who's going to give us the perspective on what happened Sunday afternoon when IT Minister Aidah Nantaba escaped assassins. Now, Joachim, thank you. It is always a pleasure to have you on New Vision TV.
How are you?
So how do you think Aidah Nantaba, a lady civilian, escaped what security officers, Kawesi and Chigundu, did not escape?
Well, first of all, there is an element of bad luck and good luck.
Okay.
Aidah is lucky. But from a security perspective, there is also alertness. I think when a security system is subjected to such shocks, the officers tend to get more and more alert. It also happens to civilians. So I think the bodyguard of Minister Nantaba, first of all, is an SFC officer.
Yeah.
And SFC people, we expect them to always be on the alert. Their job is more sensitive than other officers. But I would say also that the motivation of individual security officers matters. That's why from the same force you can have an officer in charge of an MRA at a big police station hiring out the guns to criminals, and another one. I think there's also motivation. How motivated are the security officers to? How alert are they? When you get the police account of what was happening inside the car, that officer was quite alert. He noticed the assailants.
Should we say because it was afternoon, there was an alert? Because for Kawesi and Chigundu, the instances happened in the morning.
Oof, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But as I say, a professional, when you're on duty, whatever time of day it is, should be alert all the time.
Clearly.
Until you are relieved by the next person to take over duty from you.
Clearly, the other bodyguards were not alert. Or there was a breach in security.
There is also bad luck.
So is this attempt on Aidah another, is it a continuation of the assassinations on prominent personalities in the country?
Yes and no. No, because there is no proof that they are connected. But yes, because the previous killings remain unresolved. And so whichever forces are behind the killing of all these prominent people from Kawesi's, I mean, Kawesi was the face of the police force, and by bad coincidence, it is just marking 2 years since he was killed, and then Nantaba almost gets killed. And Chigundu, very highly placed. And so
Kagezi.
You have this lady who was a top prosecutor,
Joan Kagezi.
So then you have the sheikhs, the Muslim clerics, who are being killed after being put on a list.
Oh yeah.
And still you go ahead and kill them. You have Mohammed Chidumira, who kept crying out to all authorities that they are going to kill me, and still they kill him.
There's clearly never been any, final investigations. So this could be a continuation, because since we do not know who, maybe the people out there still enjoying, what they're doing, and maybe Nantaba could have been another, another pawn.
It does not take, you cannot be a small-time criminal and you aim to kill a minister of the Republic of Uganda, or even if it was a smaller republic. You have to be, have very high motives. I don't think they were trying to steal money or a car from her. It was definitely an assassination attempt.
Oh, yeah.
And such an assassination is not planned by
Small people, we
a
should
local
say.
criminal who wants to steal $1 million shillings. So I would say, in that sense, I think it is still, we are not yet very safe. The assassins are out there.
Oh, yeah.
Their motive, I don't want to speculate.
Could government be knowing who and what is behind these assassinations, and why are they even taking long to tell us what is behind them?
Government certainly has a good idea.
Okay.
I can't say government doesn't know. 3 years since these things have been happening.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be, such a government wouldn't be able to survive in power if it doesn't have the capacity to detect such things. Government certainly knows. But my feeling is that besides criminal investigation, there must also be political angles to this, which government is sorting out without telling you and I, without telling the public what's going on.
I think the next thing would know, or would be knowing as public, is maybe a lead or a link to who is behind this, instead of getting to know who is next or who is actually in the list.
As I say, these assassinations are definitely politically motivated.
Okay.
I mean, with the exception of the unlucky young lady Susan Magara,
Oh, yeah.
and all the other people, whether Ibrahim Abiriga, there are political angles to these assassinations. Even the little known people who were killed, like the girls of Nansan and Entebbe, these things are not delinked. Government certainly knows, but must be doing its best to get to the bottom of it. It's not just purely criminal matters.
Yeah, and these assassins, I should say, are qualified people, because if I told you, you look at the equipment they use, the jackets they wear, the bikes they ride. Could there be an armed force that is maybe waging war against Uganda?
Well, that is highly possible, but what's the nature of an armed force? First of all, let's say bulletproof jackets or body armor can be bought. You journalists, if you are going to conflict zones, you would procure the same. So these are professional killers. They have professional equipment, professional methods, and they are an armed force. What I don't know is whether they are a governmental force.
Or outside
but
Uganda.
You know that security is no longer a preserve of a government and insecurity. You have private security outfits, possibly with military knowledge, possibly run by people with military background. But again, it would be foolhardy to rule out political motives.
Okay. Oh, maybe you can enlighten me here. Does Uganda have, enemies that can lead to this? Maybe outside, enemies, something like that.
Yeah, Uganda has always been...
Could we link this to those enemies?
Uganda, first of all, as a government, the government can be fought, but Uganda remains. Uganda also as a country definitely has been fighting wars all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Somalia. I think it's only Tanzania and Kenya that we've not had war-like situations with since this government came to. Actually, even Kenya, we've had a war-like situation since NRM came to power. During the days of Arap Moi, we've been fighting insurgents backed by Sudan. We've had lots of stuff with Congo. We even have an unresolved case of $10 billion. We backed the people who fought a government in Rwanda, and those people are still not very happy.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say about the present Rwanda government, but the previous Rwanda government, we fought them.
Oh, yes.
It's only Tanzania, among our neighbors, whom we've not fought, but Tanzania we fought also 40 years ago. It's going to be the anniversary next month, and they overran us, occupied us. Okay. So there is always a warlike situation between Uganda and somebody. So clearly I should say that our investigative system has not tried to crack this, and this has left Ugandans still in suspense. No, they have tried, but as I said, they just don't want to tell us. Idea, but how do you resolve a political insecurity? If it's a common robber or murderer, you investigate, prosecute, and that's it.
How much time would you give an investigations of such nature?
If there are no political undertones, maybe a year at most. But look, we have got, we've just done 2 years since Kawesi was killed.
Yes, just
and people were arrested immediately.
Oh, yeah.
For 2 years later, we don't have evidence being brought to court to nail guys. But I don't think that evidence is not there. But there, as Moses Sali Right Honorable Moses Sali was telling Parliament the other day, we win that they, government, know, but don't expect them to tell you. So
why are they leaving us in suspense? We are Ugandans.
They don't want to alarm you. So they are trying to sort out these things, I would say.
Okay.
So we all pray that they get to the bottom of these things.
And lay it out to the public.
Something like that.
It is always a pleasure talking to you, Buwembo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Yes. That has been Joachim Buwembo, a veteran journalist. And some of you have, interacted with him. So that is it for Aidah Nantaba and surviving gunmen on Sunday. Let us continue with the news around Uganda.